The draws may be demoralizing, but they are a part of the journey, and they do look good if and when followed by wins. No campaign presents more controlled chaos than a simultaneous assault on 4 competitions. It is a grueling, unforgiving endeavor that tests the very limits of tactical ingenuity, physical endurance, and psychological fortitude. For the Arsenal, this season represents our most audacious campaign yet. Recent goalless draws, while momentarily demoralizing, are but footnotes in a grander narrative of dominance. When followed by resounding victories like Portsmouth, Chelsea, and Inter Milan, they are revealed not as stumbles, but as crucial data points in a relentless pursuit of perfection. With the Gunners commanding the Premier League and having forged a perfect record-breaking path in the Champions League, the question is no longer one of capability, but of sustainability. How does this formidable machine sustain and scale its winning momentum to conquer every front? Let's check out what's happening on a deeper level. To understand the current zenith of Arsenal's power, one need look no further than the 3-1 dismantling of Inter Milan at the hallowed Giuseppe Meazza. This was not merely a victory, it was a tactical masterclass, an empirical demonstration of the team's evolution into a ruthless European juggernaut. On a night designed to intimidate, Arsenal imposed their will with a blend of technical superiority and strategic brilliance. At the heart of this masterclass was Gabi Jesus, who delivered a performance that transcended the role of a traditional number 9. He was the complete offensive fulcrum. His 2 goals were a product of elite movement and clinical finishing, but his true value lay in the spaces between those moments. He dropped deep to link play, his exquisite touch and close control pulling Inter's rigid defensive structure out of shape. He drifted wide to create overloads, combining with Bukayo Saka to devastating effect. His performance was a showcase of what a modern centre-forward can be, a goal scorer, a creator, and a tactical enabler all in one. Saka, meanwhile, operated as the chief architect of the mayhem, his creativity a constant, unsolvable problem for the Italian giants. But perhaps the most telling moment of the night was the introduction of Mikel Gyökeres. Brought on to stretch a tiring defense, his late long-range goal was the coup de grace. It was a statement of intent, showcasing Arsenal's ability to shift from a possession-based game to a lethal counter-attacking threat at a moment's notice. The goal sealed a 7th consecutive Champions League victory, a new club record, and guaranteed not only qualification but the crucial advantage of a home second leg in the knockout stages. This was Arsenal flexing their muscles, demonstrating a depth and tactical plurality that is the hallmark of a truly elite side. The victory in Milan is a symptom of a broader systemic offensive. Across all 4 competitions, Arsenal are operating with a potency and a confidence that is overwhelming opponents. This is not a fleeting run of good form, but the result of a deliberate, multi-year tactical evolution that has now reached its devastating apex. Empirically, the team is leading the Premier League by a commanding 7 points, are still competing robustly in both the FA and EFL Cups, and, as noted, have achieved a perfect 7 out of 7 record in Europe's premier competition. This attacking prowess is built on a synthesis of 2 often contradictory footballing philosophies. The foundational principles of Arteta's positional play, the patient build-up, the creation of overloads, the geometric passing patterns remain. However, this has been fused with a new, lethal verticality. The team is now equally comfortable suffocating an opponent with possession as it is destroying them with swift, incisive transitions. The calibration of some new acquisitions have provided the personnel to execute this polymorphic attacking style. The results speak for themselves. Don't be myopic and stuck on the 2 draws. This season has seen Arsenal produce statement wins against a variety of Europe's elite, each requiring a different tactical solution. A 4-0 demolition of a defensively minded Atletico Madrid, a controlled 3-1 victory over Bayern Munich, and the aforementioned masterclass against Inter. This ability to adapt and overcome different styles of opposition is the clearest indicator that our offensive engine is not just powerful, but intelligent and highly adaptable. Sustaining a 4-front campaign is impossible without elite management that extends far beyond the touchline. Arsenal now operates as a cohesive, data-driven machine where every decision is optimized for long-term success. The intermatch served as the perfect microcosm of this approach. In a fixture of immense magnitude, Arteta displayed supreme confidence in his entire squad. Key pillars of the team, Declan Rice and Gabriel, were rested. This was not a gamble, but a calculated decision based on data analytics of player load and a profound trust in the system. The deployment of a young defender like Christian Mosquera in such a high-pressure environment speaks volumes about the club's coaching and player development. He was not there to simply fill a gap, he was there to execute a role he had been meticulously prepared for. Furthermore, the integration of new signings like Eze into the starting lineup for such a game demonstrates a seamless and rapid assimilation process. This strategic depth extends to the club's long-term vision. While the first team conquers Europe, prodigious talents like young Ethan are sent on carefully selected loans to Marseille under the wicked genius that is Roberto De Zerbi to continue their development, ensuring the talent pipeline remains robust. This is the hallmark of a modern super club, a plug-and-play ethos where the tactical principles are so deeply ingrained that personnel can be rotated without a catastrophic drop-off in performance. It is the empirical, quantifiable impact of elite management, moving beyond anecdotes to showcase a club operating at the apex of strategic efficiency. The critical question having reached this peak is one of sustainability. The Inter Milan victory cannot be a destination, it must be a blueprint. The momentum gained must be fueled by constant tactical adaptation. The strategy that dismantled a high-pressing Inter side will not be the same one required to break down a low-block Premier League opponent fighting for survival. This is where the frustrating 0-0 draws against Liverpool and Nottingham Forest become invaluable. Those games, while yielding only 2 points, provided a wealth of information. They were live-fire stress tests of Arsenal's ability to solve the most stubborn defensive puzzles. They exposed minor flaws in attacking patterns and tested the team's collective patience. These experiences, when combined with the clinical ruthlessness displayed in Milan, create a richer, more complete tactical playbook. The lessons in breaking down a compact defense from the Forest game, combined with the lessons in managing a chaotic midfield battle with a false 9 overload from the Liverpool game, become essential tools for the challenges ahead. Sustaining momentum is not about repeating a winning formula, but about expanding the arsenal of solutions available to the team. The journey through a 4-competition season is a symphony of controlled chaos. Arteta's Arsenal are not merely navigating this chaos, they are conducting it. The team is a formidable entity, armed with a polymorphic attack, underpinned by a deep and intelligently managed squad, and learning from every encounter, be it a frustrating draw or a historic European triumph. The foundations are strong, the engine is humming but still miles to go before it hits peak capacity, and lastly, the belief, team bonding, the hunger, it's so palpable. The draws are the dissonant notes that make the crescendos of victory all the more powerful. They are fodder for the furnace of experience. The greatest tests are yet to come, but for the first time in a generation, the prospect of a multiple trophies is no longer a distant, fantastical dream, but a tangible, monumental, and supremely difficult challenge. The imperative now is simple: execute. This is the Arsenal blueprint, and that was a quick brief on some really interesting and pivotal changes taking place at the Arsenal as the Gunners top the domestic and European leagues. Thanks for watching. Please do share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, hype, share and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one, and until then, come on the Arsenal.